What's going on, guys? This is WrestleTrania, and today we're going to be reviewing Bash in Berlin. So, to me, the PLE was kind of but you know, it was still pretty good matches. But so first, of course, they had to have Cody, my boy, Cody Raheem Rhodes. They had to have him and KO go ahead and have their match. Now, the match, it started off mutual respect. I mean, of course, it stayed that, but they kind of teased like KO, like, you know, not, you know, trying to be, you know, vicious or, you know, the KO that we know. He wasn't trying to be that KO. It started coming out a little bit because Cody, he like, come on, we want the match. Don't take me easy. So eventually KO, he does start, you know, being more vicious, but then he, like I said, again, he just, you know, kind of kept like hesitating. And I mean, it did end up costing him the match. And I mean, like I said, the match was good. I'm more so reviewing like certain stuff and like my point on the story. So I don't understand what Cody thing is with. I know he's trying to be like a fighting champion, but who gives somebody a title match just because, you know, I don't know. So the match was good, but it was a good match, but it's like, what did they do? They're gonna, I mean, we know that KO is gonna turn because obviously if commentary is like, and WWE having like stuff showing how many people he turned on, and like, you know, they're showing like, he teasing it basically. So eventually it's gonna happen, but it's like, I still don't understand what he got a title match for. It was a good match overall, but it still don't seem like anything progressed. Like, we know he's gonna turn soon. It's like they're just kind of feeding Cody, like, you know, people just so he can get some wins under his belt. And I mean, they probably do have a plan for like WrestleMania for Cody, but it don't seem like it right now. Next, we had Jade and Bianca versus Unholy Union. And like I've always said, I don't know, well, I do know why they gave the titles to Unholy Union, but they did them like so dirty. I mean, over the years, nobody has really cared about them because WWE never really gave us that much of a reason, probably other than NXT UK, but you know, it was a good match. It was, the crowd obviously made everything better for the whole premium live event, but this match in general, it was pretty good. You can tell that Jade, she is getting better in the ring. I know everybody likes to, you know, pick at her, but you know, when she got in the ring, it wasn't much. I mean, of course, it was like some confusion I think I saw in a certain part of the match, but it wasn't a bad match. And of course, they ended up getting the win. And I don't know what their plans are for them, but I'm hoping that they, you know, keep the titles longer, because it's like, what was the point of them like having the titles, losing them for like what, probably, I don't know, that probably was like 2 months, probably more, y'all let me know. But Unholy Union, it's like they tried to have them appear, they tried to have them get in a few matches, but overall you can tell that they didn't really care about them having the titles, because it's nothing memorable other than them actually winning it in, you know, their home country. But I mean, I'm glad that Jade and Bianca, they won them, you know. Hopefully they keep them and, you know, actually make them somewhat more important, because the first reign that they tried to give them, it's like they were starting to get somewhere, but then they made them lose it. So, you know, hopefully my girls, you know, hopefully they keep them, and hopefully they can do something with them. And you had CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. I've never really been a fan of a strap match, so this kind of was not really anything I cared about. I care about the feud, just not the match type. It was a pretty slow match to me. And honestly, I mean, I'm hoping that they have like a match at Bad Blood, like a Hell in a Cell. But I mean, the match, it was okay, I guess. It wasn't bad or anything. It's just I didn't care about it. So I mean, I was watching it, but it was like, it was just slow to me. So I mean, it was a good match. And of course, CM Punk, he ended up getting the win. And you know, CM Punk, I think I saw in a backstage interview, he's like eventually gonna try to go for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I guess he think, you know, Drew McIntyre done, but I guess he hasn't been watching Drew McIntyre. That man is crazy. So we already know him saying that Drew is gonna pop up again, probably in like 2 weeks or something like that. or probably even on Monday, and he's gonna still be talking crap about CM Punk, and they're just gonna continue to feud. So I mean, I do think that they need to end it after this last match if they have another one. Next, you have Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. This match kind of was a good match. Of course, everybody wanted to see Liv get beat up, and that's what ended up happening. You know, even Rhea ended up getting some, you know, shots in on Dominic. And of course, you know, the Judgment Day, they had to come out. And even then, that didn't help, like, the Judgment Day. It didn't help, like, Liv and Dom get the win. And, you know, you heard the crowd. You know, the crowd great all night. They were chanting, you know, for Jay, which I don't know if they're just waiting to do that or he just not about to be a part of that until, like, you know, until he, you know, eventually I'm sure he's gonna lose the tournament. So I'm sure he's gonna insert himself in that. Or he might go to SmackDown and insert himself in the Bloodline situation. But people were chanting for Jay. He didn't come out, but, you know, Damian and Liv, they ended up still fiending them off, and they still ended up getting the win. And of course, I'm just waiting now for Damian to, you know, face Finn. As far as Rhea goes, I don't know if she's gonna get another rematch because, I mean, she lost. So I don't know where they're going with the Liv Morgan story. I do wish that the championship was, like, defended in some way. Hopefully at the next Premium Live event it is, but it was a good match overall. And I mean, it kind of was better than the CM Punk and Drew match to me, just because, like I said, I'm not a fan of the strap match. And of course, for the main event, you had Gunther versus Randy Orton. And of course, Kaiser, he ended up announcing for Gunther. And of course, you know, the crowd went crazy for that. And when this match started off, I mean, I could already tell they were going for like an old school like match because they were doing, you know, more slow moves. They were being more methodical. And, you know, that was a great match to me. It was a pretty good match. I kind of liked the old school vibe, so I kind of liked it. And I don't know, one thing I will say, they made sure, I don't know if they were trying to waste time, because Randy's entrance was like literally the whole song. And I was like, okay. But, you know, it didn't matter. I liked the theme song, you know. It was still a great match. And I mean, of course, you know, they were talking about some certain injuries. You know, they were talking about his hand. Of course, Randy's like recent back problems. And I mean, the Randy and Gunther, they were targeting each other's, like, you know, injuries and stuff like that. So that was pretty good. But like I said, the match was, you know, nothing fast paced, nothing crazy. Randy ended up putting Gunther through the table. That was a good spot. And I mean, overall, it was just a good match. It was a probably more than 15-minute match, which, like I said, it was good. Like I said, they were trying to give the fans a really great match because to me, it was good. Overall, by the end of the match, Randy, he was trying to fight. I'm glad he didn't tap out. He just got put to sleep. I mean, either way, it wouldn't matter for his case because it's Randy Orton, but, you know, it was still a good way to go out. And after the match, you know, they kind of both looked at each other. Gunther put his hand out. Randy shook it, which I was hoping that was going to happen. So, you know, and that was the end of that. Nothing happened after, which I'm surprised, but nothing happened. Overall, for the Premium Live event, I'll give it like a 7. Like I said, it don't seem like a lot of the stories like progressed. I don't know what's gonna happen with none of the people that won after. But I mean, like I said, you always have Raw and SmackDown, so it doesn't really matter. But, you know, let me know you guys' opinions down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.